So Robin and I have been working on creating some super agents in ClickUp, and what these super agents do, depending on the type and what you're looking for, but just as an example, I've created a reconciliation super agent, and so when I'm ready to complete my end of month work, the super agent will review the reports and give me feedback on if there's any transactions that are inconsistent. So accounts that, a zero subscription was coded to subscriptions, 1 month, but now it's, computer expenses. It will also look at the GST coding to make sure that that is also correct or consistent. So in order for the super agents to, understand what it is that we're after, we need to give it information. So, you can provide it with links to the ATO, information from ICB, information from your own knowledge base. But we all know that there's some transactions that may be industry specific or specific to a particular client. And so what we want is to have that agent know where to go in order to find the relevant information. And the client manual, I think, is the most appropriate place for that. And I think it's probably best practice whether, you're using super agents or you've got staff, just to have a place that anyone can go to learn about the client and understand all the nuances that relate to that particular client. And so what I have started to do, because updating client manuals is not my most favourite job, but what I am doing now is I'm getting AI to do a lot of the work for me. So what I'm doing now is I am creating a video clip. I'm going to the particular client zero file and I'm talking through the information that I wanted to know. And then once it reviews the transcript, it's able to provide me with an SOP for that particular work. And I'm then able to copy and paste that into the relevant section of that client manual. So Clips, there's which is located in your area here, or you can just click up here to record a video clip. But it basically just goes into one area. There's no, real structure to the clips area. So what I have done is I've created in my onboarding list, I've created a task called Client Manual Clips. And so that way I've got an area that I can go to, and if I want to update the information, or look, I just like to know where things are, essentially. And so when I've taken basically the areas from the client manual and created subtasks for them. And so what I'm going to do for each of my clients, each of these sections, just either talk it through or open up the Xero file, showing their different bank accounts, what they use each bank account for, the frequency of the statements, all of that client-specific information. I'm just going to create a clip for. Now, if you just want to talk through a clip, then you can use a voice clip. So if you click these three dots, you can record a voice clip. Just need to be aware that there is a limit. So a voice clip, you've got 20 minutes, and a video clip is 45 minutes. Now, probably, talking about their different bank accounts, you're going to be within the 20 minutes. But it's just important to know that if you think that it's a longer process, you can decide which you prefer. So what I've done is in the accounts payable, so I have opened up Xero, and I've just talked through very quickly, just a very basic description of, this particular client. Normally it would be a lot longer. I would go into detail. You could open up their HubDoc file or their Dext file, and, really explain who's responsible for who, what parameters you set. Do you require invoices uploaded for absolutely every transaction? What's your threshold? And so once you've recorded that clip, and we just hit this button so it comes here, and so now you've got this clip located, in this area. Now, I've found that it's best to actually close out there and go into clips for this next process. And so this was the clip that we completed. Now you can have closed caption on your videos, which might be handy. So the next step when I come here is that I can click on and review the transcript. As you can see, it was just some quick ramblings. And then I go to summarize, and I'm going to ask Brain to please provide an SOP. So it's not, I don't have to give it a lot of prompting. I thought I might have had to, give it a lot, but no. I've found with the ones that I've done, it gives me a really clean, quick structure. And so what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to copy, and then I'm going to go back to the client, open up their client manual, and just in accounts payable, you can use this, you can override, you can add another page, and I'm just going to paste that SOP in this client manual. Now, if down the track, all right, they stop using HubDoc and use Dext, you could create a new SOP, or you could update the information in here. But sometimes just starting can be the hardest part. And I do like that it gives, it's taken what I've said, it's put it in a really nice order. And so, I might want to specify that, it's going to be Greece, it's going to be Bunnings. You might want to put more detail as you go. But just to have this as a beginning, I think can be really useful. Even if you don't want to use super agents, even if it's for you, for your staff, I think this might be, quite an easy way to go about it. If you wanted to, you could also grab the link to the particular clip and we can paste that underneath or at the top, or you can paste that in so that staff can review the particular video. So I hope this helps. I think even if you're not going down the super agent path, even if you're wanting to build out your client manuals, create a manual for, your staff, for, the QMS, for a handover. One of the great things about ClickUp and their docs is that you can export this doc to a PDF. And so, once you've built it out, that might be, something that you could, hand on to the accountant or whoever it is that's going to assist you in the future. So I hope that helps, and thanks for listening.